A good day to you all, our lovely viewers. Today we're bringing you a very important video in relation to how we feed over 10,000 pieces of snails in a greenhouse with formulated feed. We do this once a week. As we all know, snails are vegetarians and most of their feed should be greens. The reason why we recommend the greenhouse, so basically they feed on the greens that we grow in the greenhouse. But once in a while, once a week, we feed them with formulated feed, and this is how we do it. So we have over 10,000 plus snails in the greenhouse, which includes new crawlers, growers, point of lays, table size, jumbo size, what have you. So this is basically how we go about feeding them. So what you see right there is our formulated feed, which has been carefully mixed with all the nutrients they need in its appropriate portions. So basically what you see in the video is how we go about feeding them. So we scoop the formulated feed into the several feeding trays. Then we sprinkle a bit of water on it just to loosen the dryness of the feed and also to make it a bit moist to aid or to ease in the consumption of the feed. So once we are done, we place it in vantage points in the greenhouse to feed the snails, and the scent of the feed naturally attracts them towards the feed. So we'll take you through the entire process and see how we go about it. But in the meantime, if you have not subscribed to our channel, we urge you to do that now and also to hit the like button. This goes a long way to encourage us to do more videos in this regard. And also don't forget to hit the notification button so that you can get alerts anytime we post new content or new videos. So basically what you see there is how we go about the whole process. And this is a caution to you all. Kindly make sure you avoid formulated feed every single day. Now, when you do that, it gets to a point that the snails will naturally reject their natural food they should be eating, which is the greens. So we do not encourage people to use formulated feed every single day. It's just a no-no for us. So what you have to do is, at least you have to do once a week or 2 times in a week. That is fine. So the snails have to be fed on their normal greens, and you can introduce their formulated feed once or twice in a week, and the snail should do very, very fine. So it's very, very important. So you have to make sure you are just doing the right thing. So as you see in the video, that's exactly what the guy is doing, sprinkling the water on it and mashing it up to loosen the dryness in the feed. So we saw both the feed, the calcium, and also we are into the construction of greenhouses, which we normally recommend, although we practice both the intensive and the extensive system. We have a couple of greenhouses and a couple of pens as well. So we practice both systems, but we encourage people to do the greenhouse because you have less mortality and it's the best way to scale up. And for a starter, you can probably start with the pens just to get to know how the snails live and react and all that. But if you really want to scale up, it's the greenhouse. And we normally recommend people to build a greenhouse because it's less labor and it's better to handle and to manage as well in terms of the mortalities and all that. This is not to say that you don't have mortalities in the greenhouse. You do have mortalities, but it's very, very minimal, unlike in the pens or in the intensive system. So I'll take you through, then you can get the updates on what happens from here.
So this is the greenhouse. So today we are a bit late in feeding them, but the formulated feed is ready. So we'll drop them at vantage point. Then we'll come back later in the evening to update you on how the snails have reacted to the formulated feed. So we'll go ahead and drop them at vantage point. Then we'll update you later on. So today we are a bit late in feeding them, but nonetheless our formulated feed is ready, and this is the greenhouse, and we are about to place the feed at vantage point, and we'll see the outcome after some few hours. Yeah, so start dropping them at vantage point, then we'll come back later and see the outcome. In the corner side. Okay, so it's not advisable to feed them late, but today we missed our timing and we are feeding them a bit late. However, we'll come back later in the evening to give you updates on how they have reacted to the feed. So as you can see, these are the young crawlers, the baby snails, and most of them just hatched, and they are just doing very, very fine. Okay, so it's 2 hours now after we placed the feed in the greenhouse, and we are back into the greenhouse to see the outcome and to see how the snails are feeding on the formulated feed. So we'll start from here. So there you go. You see how they've circled around the formulated feed. Naturally, it would attract them. The scent in the feed would attract them. So wherever they are, they will naturally come close to the feed and feed on the supplements. So we'll continue. We'll enter and see how the other ones too are doing. So this is another one we placed here. So you can see how this one too, they have clambered around the feed. So we wouldn't want to walk in there, so try and view from afar. So this is another one right there, and they are really enjoying the formulated feed. So we'll enter carefully and see if we can locate some more feeding trays here. So another one here, you can see that they are all over the feed. So we'll still continue going in to see if we can get more in here. So let me see. Okay, there you go. We have another one also there. So you can see, let me see if I can zoom this. Okay, so there you go. So they are all over enjoying the feed. So you can see them right there. So this is a new crawler, baby snail. I'm pretty sure it just hatched some few days ago, and it's doing very well in the greenhouse. So this is why we do not advise you to enter the greenhouse at night, because if you are not careful, you are going to smash all your baby snails. So you have to be very careful when you enter in the evenings. Other than that, you would kill a lot of baby snails. So you will see them all over in here. So if you are not very careful, you would just be killing them. So another tray right here, and you can see how they are feeding on the formulated feed. So if we want to go in there, we can go in there and see how the other ones are also doing. Okay, so this is another one. Just a few hours after we placed the formulated feed in the greenhouse. So we do this once a week. We feed them with the formulated feed. You don't want to be feeding them with the formulated feed almost every now and then. So it's all over, and they are all over the feeding trays. We don't want to walk in there. As I said earlier on, there are a lot of baby snails in here, so we don't want to be crashing them. So start to view from afar and see if we can see more here. So basically that is it. So we'll be bringing you more updates later on. So you can see them. They are all over the feeding tray, and they are really enjoying the formulated feed. So they are all over the feed.